Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along. It's great to have you in for another Euro 2024 watch along. Steve, good morning to you over stateside. Lovely sunny afternoon here. I've had to close the blinds and the windows and everything. It's not a particularly nice time for that. But if we get a game like the last four, we're going to be very happy. We're here for Croatia v Albania. In theory, a huge game for both. In a group with Spain and Italy, both sides have to target this game as their most realistic win. Croatia have got some goal difference to catch up on after the Spain match. And Albania, narrowly beaten by Italy. You'd argue they're not going to do any better against Spain. So if they want any chance of getting through, a win here, I think, is probably a necessity for both. And I hope that means we're going to get a good game. I'm not sure it's going to be able to top yesterday's because I think that's one of the best games we've seen in a very long time. Might even be a contender for one of the best games we've ever done in a watch-along from any competition. So, going to be tough to top, but we are kicking off just now. And I'll give the usual warning, if you're watching in the UK on ITVX or one of their official streaming things, it'll be about a minute behind. So pause the stream for a few seconds, wait till the football's up to date, and then unpause it so you're not getting any spoilers. Thank you all for coming along, though. Steve, overcast morning so far. And in Germany, where it matters most, it's barely stopped raining, albeit the sun is out for Croatia or Albania in Hamburg for now. It's also a big day for a few other sides as well, isn't it? We've got match day 2 in Group A, and because of the nature of how it's set up, it could all be over, depending on how things go. As Albania break away down the left, ball across the box. Dealt with well defensively, and a poor pass out for a throw. Darren, welcome in. How are you? Just finished work, so going to turn the games on now. What good timing to finish work that is. I hope you're keeping well. And lovely to see people taking advantage of the multi-stream over on YouTube as well. We're trialing it for now, and we'll keep doing so throughout the group stages. Albania certainly in the ascendancy early on here, keeping the ball, keeping Croatia in their own half. Maybe not what we were expecting from the early minutes, albeit Albania did make history with the quickest ever Euros goal in the first match, didn't they? So maybe we shouldn't be quite so shocked. Croatia finally getting on the ball now. And do seem to be calming it down. Of course, if Germany and Switzerland win later today, it could be, well, a very good sign for teams finishing third in other groups. But for Scotland and Hungary, it could virtually be journey over or requiring a humongous win on the final game. And I'm interested to know what you think of that. As always, if you're in the chat, let us know what you think the score will be in this one, what you've gone for. In a predictor league, you'll know I've gone for 1-1 in this match. I think it's going to be a pretty cagey one. And I don't think it helps either side, to be honest. Darren, I loved your FM save in Northern Ireland. Would you ever try one in the Republic? I wouldn't be against it. The slight issue compared to how most of the saves stack up is the winter to winter league, which isn't a problem for me, but in FM doesn't seem to work as well with transfer windows with Europe and things like that. Because I've had it a couple of times. We did Sweden before where it was similar to that. But yeah, definitely wouldn't be against it. There's some good storylines out there in recent years. So it's not something I would rule out in the future. And I think inevitably, look, depending on how long I'm doing this, eventually I'm going to end up in the Republic of Ireland, whether that's on YouTube or Twitch. I'd like to do something. I do think the Republic of Ireland's from a far stronger starting point domestic league-wise. Obviously, they've had teams in the likes of the Europa League before, so maybe a less challenging build, I don't know. Albania holding the ball up front. Of course, Armando Broja's been dropped, which is a surprise to many. And Croatia getting a rare chance to counter here. But, again, we're seeing an open start. A lot of people going for it. I Speak, welcome in. Dylan, John, Carl, across YouTube and Twitch. Good to see you all here. I hope you're all keeping well. Let us know your predictions for all 3 games today. Steve, you've gone 3-1 Croatia. Have you given Scotland a point later? And has everyone gone for the Germany win? I've actually, on the UEFA app, I've used my banker for Germany-Hungary because match day 2 is pretty tricky. Got Broja in your Burnley save now. Yeah, he's a good player in FM as well, isn't he? John, 40 streams. Blimey. 40 stream streak. That is ridiculous. Thank you very much for the support. Some effort, that is. Thoughts on the England-Serbia game, Dylan? Did the job. It was I've said this before. You've got to bear in mind where we were before Southgate came in. We'd never won a first Euros match, ever. He's done it twice in a row and in all 4 tournaments. So it's slightly different. Defensively, there were positives. Particularly with the Gahey performance, I thought was very good. Don't think the midfield experiments worked. Neither Foden out on the left nor Trent in the middle. But plenty to build on and got 3 points, which is all that matters. We saw it with France the other night as well against Austria. Weren't great, but a win's a win. I'd go 1-0 Croatia, Darren. Fair enough. And Scotland as well. I mean, Scotland are going to have to play that way. They're surely going to play a bit tighter at the start. Because they can't afford to get torn open again. As Croatia get forward and win a corner for the first time in this game. Have a chance to put the delivery in the box. One less big man in the team. They've moved Gavardio into centre-half and added Perisic at left-back, which is a bit of a surprise, but certainly going for experience here. Short corner taken, which probably reflects that's a nice little routine. Across the box drilled. And cleared away to halfway. He was your big transfer in the summer. Has he developed in your save? Or, I mean, he's sort of a dream for FM24, isn't it? If you can get a target man who's also fairly quick, you've got an absolute gem in this year's edition. There's no doubt it's the type of forward that's powered too much. Also got an observation for you. Go on, John. Carl's gone 3-1 Croatia, 1-1 Scotland. I mean, 1-1 in the Scotland-Switzerland game wouldn't be a disaster for Scotland, because if they then beat Hungary, they'd be on 4 points, which would get them through, whether it's in second or third. But they can't afford to lose it. 4-1 Germany, yeah. Hungary was so disappointing in the first game. I was really looking forward to seeing them. I know they had a little spell after Switzerland conceded because they were a threat from set pieces and they were pummeling balls into the box. But that first half was among the poorest performances we've seen from any side so far. It's Croatia whip a ball in from the right. Just starting to get a little bit of territory now. Steve, you've got Switzerland winning. I had them narrowly winning. I've got Switzerland just. I've got Germany by a couple. And I've got this one as a draw. But I'm well aware Croatia could go and win this. I lost my perfect score on Portugal, Czech Republic in the 90th minute, didn't I? So, got to try and make some points up now. Are you happy with the way Kane's playing, Dylan, or do you think that will change tomorrow? I don't think it will change a great deal. We've seen in previous tournaments, there's always been a fuss about Kane not scoring until, say, the quarterfinals or the round of 16 stage. He's often been a slow starter. You remember with Tottenham, he never scored in August. He always starts slowly. And given that he missed a few at the end of the season in terms of his little back problem, I'm not surprised. But he did a lot of donkey's work. He occupied the centre half, and that created space for Jude Bellingham to score his goal. So, let's be fair as well. If the goalkeeper hadn't pulled off an unbelievable save, he would have also scored. So, I don't think it's a huge concern. He made a great goal line block defensively, did his bit for the team. I think he's always played that way generally, and he's got his rewards for it. So, I don't think he'll be changing anytime soon. 8 goals in 10 starts so far, Steve. Who's he replaced, I guess, more importantly? John, it might not make a difference, so sorry if it doesn't. I noticed in your Southend save, you had a deep line playmaker on defend on the same side as your winger who was on support. Your box-to-box was on the same side as your attack-minded winger. So, yeah, it's kind of a calculated gamble, John. You're right to mention it. If you're normally saying at the lower levels, set up a balanced tactic, you would do the opposite. You're absolutely spot on. And we've done the opposite in our coach's head save with Willem too. But it's kind of a calculated gamble there to try and be aggressive down the right, because of my 2 fullbacks, De Angelis is brilliant going forward, but he can't really tackle or defend. Memic is excellent defensively, and I think he's got one of the player traits to naturally drop in narrow and to not go forward too often. So, although I've not implemented that in a tactic, because I tried De Angelis on an attack at fullback for a while and it just went horribly wrong. It's sort of by their player traits naturally occurring that Memic sits a little deeper. De Angelis goes, and then you've almost got a back three with the right back sitting a bit deeper. So kind of the plan is then that the deep line playmaker will still cover the left back area slightly. And then the right back will cover himself, whereas the left back just goes flying off, despite it not being on an attacking duty, just by their natural traits. Gunnar, welcome in. Good to have you along. I hope you're keeping well. While we're talking of that, I know we mentioned the Premier League fixtures briefly yesterday, but we didn't really get to talk about them because of the Turkey-Georgia game being so sensational. The goals, the first three away games for Arsenal, Villa, Spurs and City. Absolute killer that. If you start poorly, that could be pressure on Arteta or a big gap to the top. Because fans don't take common sense for much. As that ball, Croatia try and clear it. It's just a diagonal ball towards the box. Croatia try to clear it. It hits his own defender in the head. And now Albania have a chance to get it in on the left. Well, that is the flip side, Gunnar, isn't it? If you beat them all very quickly, then suddenly it starts to look like a very good task because you have a little cushion. Is this a left-footed delivery? Oh, that's wicked. Oh, what a goal. Very similar to that third Spain goal the other day. Albania have done it again. It's a magnificent left-footed cross from the right-hand side. Cuts in, curls a beauty in at the near post. Almost a carbon copy of that Spain goal the other day, honestly. They've been watching that. It's a Croatia weakness. They don't defend that front post well. It's a different man this time in Vardiol, but he can't deal with it. The header goes under Livakovic, but it's from 4 or 5 yards. But a wonderful delivery. And all of that came because the Croatia player tried to clear it over his head and ended up hitting his head with the ball. We'll come back to the chat in a second, but just cuts in. Oh, it's a great run from deep as well. I have to apologise, it's not Vardiol. He's out of position. The centre-half's following him. Might be Brozovic. It is Brozovic. And he's just peeled off him, Latchy, the midfield runner. It's a great header. He's directed it down. And even though the keeper maybe could have got a hand to it, getting it down from such an angle is an incredible effort. Let's get the score updated. Albania have got the lead. I'm halfway to getting the right prediction in this game. I'm not sure I had the right first scorer. I think I had Croatia to score first. Steve Lyle Foster. They're both getting plenty of game time in the Europa League as well. Of course. Two quite different types of strikers, are they not? Do you change tactically at all, or just find one where they can both muddle in and do a bit? Jambo, welcome in. Darren, who's your favourite Irish player? Well, at the moment, it can only be Chio Ogbene, Darren, because obviously there's the Luton badge. I'm a season ticket holder, and he has been a revelation this season for us. Wonderful player. Seems to be an incredibly lovely human being as well. And just about the quickest player I've ever seen in my life. So Chio Ogbene by a million miles at the minute. What about yourself? Maybe not quite so many to choose from as when we were growing up. We had a good Irish right winger years ago in the lower leagues called David Bell, who was a good player as well. But probably wasn't quite at that level where he was a household name. I think we got him from Rushden and Diamonds before they went bust the first time. Eddie, welcome into you as well. Lovely to see loads of the regulars popping along as always. It hasn't ceased to amaze me every day how many of you have been in these working hour streams in most parts of the world to come and say hello and watch the football with me. I've absolutely loved it. I'm really gutted I can't be live tomorrow for Slovenia Serbia. I'm going to have to watch it at work. It's the only way I could get to watch the England game. But we'll be back on Friday as well. We're doing a 5 p.m. game on Friday, 2 p.m. on Saturday. We're going to have some great fun. No spoilers, but I thought I'd mention it. John, yeah, you're absolutely right, because general logic would suggest you do the opposite, but it's purely from a... There's Croatia right down the left. I'm barely getting a moment to breathe again. It's like yesterday's game. It's chaos. Albania trying to break away here. Oh, it's lovely footwork by Asani, and he wins the foul on halfway. That's brilliant play. Took all the pressure off. Vardiol forced to foul him. But yeah, John, logic would suggest the other way, but we're sort of taking a calculated gamble and trying to take players' natural instincts and player traits into account. Have both playing as advanced forward. Oh, fair enough, because I suppose although Broger's a target man, naturally, he's got the attributes to be an advanced forward too, hasn't he? Just that he happens to then be good in the air. Sort of what we did with Adebayo, wasn't it, in the Twitch save earlier this year? Playing a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, it seems to be the right way this year. Obviously, in the Aberdeen Twitch save, where we'll be starting the summer transfer window on Sunday, we're trying to sort of work our way out to it. It's just wide from Albania, deflects for a corner. They're looking a real threat on the break in wide areas. Croatia's midfield three are too old and experienced. They can't get across out wide. The fullbacks are isolated. Juranovic has come in, the old Celtic player. Perisic at left back just doesn't know what to do with Asani. And Albania have got another corner. But yeah, in that Aberdeen save, we're trying to adapt to 4-2-3-1 next year because of our star number 10 signing, which could be fun. Made 2 Who Am I's, Jambo. 1 for today, 1 for the next stream. Sounds good. Albania corner. Into the front post, flicked away to the edge of the box on the volley. Shot blocked. Bit of a crazy kick back in, and it's out for a goal kick. Guna, I'm off to Berlin for a few nights tomorrow. Not got any tickets, just going to experience the atmospheres and fan zones. Ah, that sounds great. Have a wonderful time. I mean, obviously, to an extent, I got my first taste in 2022 when the Women's Euros were in the UK, and we went to loads of games. Like, just the atmosphere when you've got that combination of nations and things is brilliant. Now, the Albania player's gone down suggesting a high foot. That's not going to be given. And on the break, Croatia, it's the striker's hand. Yeah, that's going to be great fun. Obviously, Euro 2028 is going to be a fun experience, isn't it? So that's what we're looking forward to the most. I'll go in all the ballots to get tickets for that. And hopefully we'll get some of the stadiums. Don't really care where they are as long as I get to go. And what gutting news yesterday, Jambo. Dundee United away on the day I come back from holiday. I was looking to try and make it work. I can't get to Dundee before 8:30 in the evening. Such a shame. Would have loved to have had a go. But not to be by the looks of it. Now, Croatia with the long throw. Different line of attack from them. Albania deal with that first one pretty well, but the second clearance, getting out of the box, has not proved as easy. In the end, Ajeti does just hoof it downfield. And he gets calmed down. Blimey, I'm well behind on the chat. Apologies. I thought I'd caught up because it hadn't carried on scrolling. Darren, love that luckily. Got to see him play here a few years ago in a League of Ireland. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, obviously he was our first signing at the... He was our first signing of the summer, and everyone was saying, oh, you're going to be bottom of the league because he'd come from Rotherham. But we'd played Rotherham in the April before, and he was their best player by a mile. Brilliant player. Yeah, Seamus Coleman's always going to be a contender. What a career he's made for himself. You always, as fans, naturally gravitate to those sorts of players who just make every ounce of their ability to get the best career possible. But sort of, I grew up with that era. You remember when Reading came up to the Premier League and they had loads of Irish players coming in. Kevin Doyle was a cracking striker. It was young Shane Long then as well, wasn't it? But they had 4 or 5. And then obviously when I first started following football, Robbie Keane was bursting on the scene. Roy Keane was a superstar. Shay Given, a wonderful keeper. There's been some great Irish players in Premier League era. Ian Hart, a left back. What a free kick he could take. My booster has been played for Scotland losing. Jambo. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Who am I? Oh, you've got a Luton link in there. Who am I? I played with Dan Potts. There's no way that link's going to be Luton. Going to have to be West Ham. Dan Potts, Tom Cleverley, Andre Ayew, Adamola Lookman and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Another long throw cleared away easily by Albania. Now, Lookman and Calvert-Lewin have got to be a link with Everton, I would have thought. Trying to think if Ayew and Cleverley would have played anywhere. Again, breathless game this. Croatia really pushing forward now. Karabakh Amdouni as the number 10. Sounds good, that. Not a bad little supply line. I wonder if Amdouni stays on his feet and foot manager. Oh, Albania on the break again down the left-hand side. First touch is a little heavy. Defender gets back well. But every time Albania leave their half, they look like they're going to create a chance. Although the defender's missed his header, and now Croatia are one-on-one. They've just not got any pace in the team. It's cut back to the edge. Kovacic with the shot. And it's blocked, but still in the area. Kovacic again. Switches the play. Chance for the shot. It goes across the bodies and out for a goal kick. Liam Miller, RIP, John. Is that today? Or have I missed something else in the chat? What's going on? Thoughts on Kilmarnock and St Mirren's European ties? Kilmarnock have got a tough one. Oh, yeah, God, Liam Miller. Yeah, from United. Yeah, sorry. He was a cracking young player, wasn't he? Birchie, good afternoon. Good to have you in. Yeah, very good player. Was well thought of as a youngster, wasn't he? As Croatia are breaking away again. This game is as open as we'd hoped. The early goals done wonders for it. We're getting treated in this tournament. It's an absolute cracker. That's going to be offside for Croatia. Good defensive line. Well dealt with. Kilmarnock's tie's tough for me, Jumbo. St Mirren, winnable. But depends who they get, I guess. Amdouni currently unhappy. There's a shock. Did you not make the grass soft enough for his landing? Jumbo. Nicer if the stadium's in Dundee. But worse atmosphere. You're closer to the Dundee singing section. It's just such a shame. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be a huge attendance. It's just to do with the Jack Walton deal. But it would have been a really nice game to go to. And it is quite an easy one to get to. It's direct from London on the train to Aberdeen. So just a shame that it hasn't worked out. Lovely, a trip to B&Q for Liam. I feel this might be an easy one, so I'll give you another if that's allowed. I mean, I'm not sure it's an easy one, to be honest. Steve Karabec is just better. And I bet Amdouni doesn't accept that. Darren, we're from the same era, yeah. A lot of people in here are. Sorry, Steve. Birchie, I hope you're well. Thank you for popping in. Another cracking start to a game. I mean, we're not going to top yesterday's match, but this has been open. It's been end-to-end already. Croatia trying to find some control, but Albania's breakaways are frightening. And on the left again, they're managing it so well. You can tell it's a Silvino team. Everything's going wide. There's no central play there. Just a left back and a right back combining. Quick random question. What's going on with Southend? So there's a bit of a hold up over a facility. So basically, Eddie, unfortunately, it's political. So there was a Conservative mayor in there who agreed, or council, whatever you call it, who agreed a deal for a site change for the new stadium to a place called Fossett's Farm. And now a Labour candidate's been elected there and has said, but this plan isn't vetted. It's not financially viable. There's nothing going on. This wouldn't be affordable for the club. It wouldn't be a way to save the club. The owner's digging his heels in and saying, whatever happens, I want this amount of money out of it, despite the fact he's not funding a club. And the club's got a winding up petition for unpaid tax coming soon. So if it doesn't get sorted, then the club will be no more. So basically a fairly similar position to last year. Yeah, Jambo, I did see that option as well, but neither of them get me there in time because I don't get back to Luton until about 1:30. If I'd been even 90 minutes earlier, I would have made it. because I could have jumped on the 12 o'clock from London to Edinburgh. Sorry, from London to Aberdeen, and I would have been in Dundee at 6:30. Try and convince the missus to leave one day early. It won't happen. And then, just to compound the misery, Jambo, the nearest ground to where we're going is Bognor Regis. And the day before I get there, they're hosting Portsmouth, and they've got no home fixtures when I'm there. So both chances at ground's gone. I'm very unhappy about it. Probably sell him in January, Steve. Yeah, makes sense. Tommy, Albania better than us, Belgium. I don't know about that. Definitely a threat on the counter-attack. There's no doubt in that. A much more difficult style to face. We've seen teams that play with width in this tournament have had such success. We said it during the World Cup as well. It's so underrated now. Everyone plays so narrow, so possession-based. If you just counter-attack with width, you have a decent chance. You would have experienced the Dundee Hill as well. I think we'd probably have to pay about 100 quid extra for that Jambo, which wouldn't happen, especially when that's probably the amount the train's going to cost as well. Reckon Luton bounce straight back up. Pray and welcome in on YouTube. I think there's a decent chance. But we'll certainly be top 6, providing that Rob Edwards doesn't leave. Obviously, we're going to lose Barkley. We'll probably lose Adebayo and Mengi as well. And possibly Doughty. But we've got a good squad. The other sides that have come down, obviously, Burnley have lost a manager. Sheffield United have got a couple of points off. Then the teams that didn't quite make it to go up, Norwich and Hull have changed managers. There's a lot of inconsistency there and uncertainty. So I think that helps us. As Croatia putting a ball from the right, that's pretty teasing as well. Headed over the bar. No worries, Guna. Have a good one. Enjoy Germany. Have a really good time out there with the atmosphere. You need a clue for who am I? No, I've not really had a proper look at it yet. Bear with me. My nation is not a Euros nation. Birchie, live on YouTube too. Voice this modern sorcery. I'm kind of trialing it during this couple of weeks to see what effect it has both on the streams, but also then on videos and all that sort of stuff as well. And then we'll decide whether we're going to do it after. But just wanted to give it a go. Che Adams is an interesting shout. Obviously not a Euros nation now. Hope Tedesco won't bring Lukaku again from the get-go. I just think Lukaku needs confidence. The problem with Doku is, one, he shouldn't be in his defensive third, as we saw the other night. But also, Doku and Trossard are both best off the left. So your options are, if they're going to play the way they do, they either put Trossard as a false 9 with Doku off the left and Bakayoko on the right. Or they keep Lukaku in, but then have to put 2 wingers on the proper side to deliver for them in Bakayoko and Openda. I prefer just Twitch. Makes it consume when you're talking to someone not in a Twitch chat. Yeah, and look, there are going to be ups and downs for all of it, but Twitch for me, obviously from a streamer point of view, the functionality on Twitch is so much greater. The fact you can do your polls, you can do everything at a click of a button as well. But it's interesting to see if it has an effect, and if not, we won't worry about it. But wanted to give it a go regardless and see. As part of the new graphics upgrades and all that sort of stuff as well. But obviously on the screen you can see both of them, which is nice. Connor Salmon. I mean, to be fair, Lukaku did actually take most of his chances well. The first one was a brilliant save to Bravkri. He missed one bad one. Scored the others, but were just offside. And then there was the handball one. Which I still think was harsh, personally, but there you go. Yeah, Vlasic was a thought from me. I also thought of Zuma too, but obviously it's a non-Euros nation. The only other player I can think of that's played for West Ham and Everton is Enner Valencia, but I can't put a link together there for Dan Potts. Would he have played together with him at West Ham? That would be too early. Is it Enner Valencia? Obviously, I only remember because he had a brilliant World Cup, didn't he? Just make sure I haven't missed anything there. You'll laugh at this, but Trossard wearing 9 and Lukaku 10 drove me mental. Oh, Birchie, yep, you need Macca in there. The old boys back in my day club. What about England, eh? Bar one player, 1 to 11 the other day. You must have loved that. And even the sub who had to come in, they put us 12. I mean, miracle for you, isn't it? Do you know what, Jambo? I'd completely forgotten about Tom Cleverley at Everton. Completely escaped my mind, that. Tommy, the way Albania's playing, they'll 100% get out of the group stage. I don't know about that, Tommy, because obviously to get out of the group stage, they've got to win this game and then avoid a heavy defeat against Spain. What they really need is Spain to win their second game against Italy and then be having a complete rest in the last game because they'll have topped the group and be resting everyone. I think that's the only way to get around it. Now, Albania have got a chance to break again. Croatia have given it away in their own half, and it's a 4-on-3. The through ball has just evaded a slipping defender, and it's a brilliant save, Slavakovic. Wonderful work from Slavakovic there. And that has arguably kept Croatia in the game, who can now try and break away down the right. But they're so brittle at the break, on the break, sorry. Croatia, they've got 3 at the back. The 3 midfielders can't get back. They've got no width at all. And it should have been 2. It's a good job Croatia haven't got Sluga in goal, let me tell you that. It's Modric who gives the ball away. Just above halfway. And then it's a 4-on-3 and no one's got the legs to get back. Oh, he's got to go across the keeper there. He's tried to go near post. Far post, that's 2-0. They'll beat Croatia today 2-1. Tommy, you confident, are you? Jambo, let's have a look. Interesting. Interesting, Jambo. Would be intrigued in giving that a go. Lookman joined January, didn't he? I'm trying to remember when Lookman went there. I mean, it's good goalkeeping, but you've got to go the other way. And a draw versus Spain, Tommy. I mean, I don't think they will because the way Spain keep the ball, they're not going to be as susceptible to the counter. But I do think, I think Croatia are going to be a poor side for the next few years because bar Vardiol, they've not got anything defensively. The midfielders haven't gained experience because they've persisted with Brozovic and Modric alongside Kovacic. And that makes it a very difficult spell for them now because those players coming in haven't played much football and they're not at the same level, unfortunately. As Croatia break away now, they'll probably go and score a screamer as I say that. Modric looking for the switch, well dealt with again. Albania just so much more comfortable dealing with the width. Laci scored for Albania. Bucket, welcome in. What do you make of Broja Birchie? Always linked with big money and 25 to 35 million, but he's never impressed me. I actually like him as a striker. When he first went to, I want to say Southampton before he got injured, he was solid. I think he'd be a decent number. Not, I mean, I'd have him at Luton. Let's put it that way. But I'm surprised that he got dropped after his first performance, which I thought was decent. I think he needs a season where he stays injury-free and plays every game. He needs to go somewhere where he's just going to get a season. Now, that wouldn't happen at, say, Wolves, Fulham, those mid-table teams. They've all got strikers, so that makes it difficult. There aren't many candidates where he could go and be that first choice number 9. For you, it's just about keeping the ones you've got fit. Although if Hwang stays fit and has another good season, how long before he's gone? Yeah, West Ham, John is always the one that gets mentioned, but is Lopetegui going to go? I feel Lopetegui will go for a big name. But will sell Neto and use the money for Broja. I fear he'll sell Neto and use the money for Adebayo, Birchie. That's what I fear. Tommy, I'm currently watching the game on the official live stream here in Ireland. It sucks. Quality isn't great. And if I watched it on a 7C stream, I'd have less delay and better quality, yeah. I mean, it's a similar issue over here if you don't watch it on live TV. Like, it's fine if you're watching it on ITV, but if you watch it on their streaming service, it's so bad. It's like a minute and a half behind. The HD quality is fairly low. And it doesn't help that most of the time they've got pretty poor commentary teams, although this one's not a bad one. Eddie, the golden generation is well and truly over for Croatia. This was the last dance, but it's a bit like Wales at the World Cup. They're just beyond it. I mean, Perisic has been out injured all year and he's at an age. He's probably only worked back to get to this tournament. Brozovic has obviously gone over to Saudi. Modric is... He's not going to make the next tournament. That's not a foul. It's a dive, ref. You've been conned. You've been conned. And you look at that Croatia bench today and you think, there's not much there, is there? And the best players on there are probably Vida, who's nearly at the end. Pasalic has always had great potential, but has never really ended up having that run of games. There's not the depth there once was. Birchie, proper addictive game. I'm going to have to give it a go. Good punch by the Albania goalkeeper. Would have been unjust if they conceded from that. What's it? FM chairman? Football chairman. I've not played it. I mean, it's rated pretty well. Might be something we'll have to give a little go. Just football chairman. A couple of quid on mobile. Oh, that's my next holiday sorted. I'll give that a go. I disagree. I think there's a player in there with Broja. I do think there's a player in there, but he's got to stay fit and have a full season. And maybe, yeah, like you say, John, maybe just go to one of those bottom clubs, have a season. You've seen like for Adebayo this year. 10 Premier League goals, play 25 odd games. That's what you need. And I wonder if maybe he'll go to one of those clubs. He could potentially go back to Southampton. They've not really got that focal point nailed down. Che Adams is probably going to go. Ross Stewart's not going to be the answer. So maybe going back to Southampton could be an answer. Ipswich, I would imagine, will try and keep Kiefer Moore if they can. Lopetegui will go in there. So yeah, I can understand why. He's a very good player, to be fair. But imagine Moyes have been given that money and backing every time. Next stream, Jambo. So I have updated the schedule down below on Twitch. But we're live on Friday for the 5 PM game. So I'm working until 4. I'll be back for Poland v Austria. Saturday, we're watching the 2 PM game, the early kickoff. So I'll just give you a quick rundown. Tomorrow is the one day off, essentially, because I've got to work all day to get back for the England game. Friday, Poland-Austria, 5 PM, the second game of the day, if you're not in the UK. Saturday, first game of the day, Georgia-Czech Republic. Sunday will be the FM stream. And then Monday, 8 PM for the Group B finale. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, 5 PM for Group D and E finale. And then we'll work out what to do once we know what the last 16 draw is. Liam, you said great game as well. I'm definitely going to have to give it a go. Perfect for train trips. Well, I'll have a few of those coming up, so with the new season. Walsall's finest. I fear with a loan, Chelsea will overprice all the add-ons because of the Fulham loan. Yeah, potentially. But then if Chelsea have no intention to ever let him in the team, then just sell him while you've still got the value, you know? Scotty Mac, good afternoon. Good to have you here. I mean, the fear is, Jumbo, in a general week, I don't really have any time to pass, as Albania have nicked it again on halfway and they've got a chance to break away. This time, Croatia have slowed them down just because Kovacic was back in that left-back position by default. But really confident 40 minutes from Albania. They've been very good. Liam, create a team and take them to the Prem. Almost went bankrupt in the Championship. They wanted me to upgrade the stadium as a 20,000 seater isn't big enough for that league, apparently. Tell Luton that. Don't speak positive about Moyes, not the West Ham way. You're right, Eddie. Neither is winning tournaments, apparently. So you're not streaming whilst the mighty Scotland give the footballing world a lesson on how to get thrashed again. I'm not. I'm not doing Scotland or England. That is a default viewpoint. Although tomorrow, I would have loved to have done Slovenia-Serbia. I think that's going to be a great game, but I'm now going to have to watch it whilst working, unfortunately. John, you've been following for 1 year, 6 months, and blimey, you've spent nearly a whole week watching my streams overall. Which, considering I only stream about an hour and a half most times, is not bad going. That is some effort. How many times would I mention England during the Scotland game, Bingo? How many more times are they going to mention Scotland during this Croatia-Albania game? We had a 15-minute sit-down with Connie and Ali. We had a 10-minute chat with Steve Clark and Andy Robertson. Most of the build-up. Trying to work space on the edge of the box here, Croatia. Ball in, headed away well. And Albania, yet again, up to the striker, wins the free kick. They're breaking out so easily. Jambo, 5 days in an hour. Honestly, these sorts of numbers baffle me. Jambo following for over 2.5 years. But then you would have probably been near enough one of the originals that came over with when we moved from YouTube to Twitch, I'd imagine, for the streams. Liam, you had Albania to score first. Fair play. I had Croatia in a 1-1 draw, so I might still yet pick up some points after losing them in the last second against Czech Republic. I only knew you streamed on Twitch. I raided a stream you were in. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, most of the Scottish folk I picked up came from the FM21 head coach save on YouTube, where we started with Breakin and King Pat for our Broth, Dundee, etc. and Hibs, I think it was. Big ball in from Perisic to the back post. Well dealt with again. Out to the edge to Modric. Thought about the volley. Got nowhere to go, though. Albania so compact when they lose the ball. But Croatia have worked it out to the right this time. Delivery is good again. Well dealt with by the skipper. And I think that'll be a goal kick. It will. Didn't watch the Hibs bit, Jambo. Your loss. It was a good save. Still need Croatia for a 2-1 win. 1-1's my prediction for today. Anyone who hasn't said yet, what do you think for the later games as well? I've gone for Switzerland to narrowly beat Scotland. I just feel their pace on the counter will be a bit too much. But I think Scotland will be able to take advantage of set piece in that we saw Hungary just peppering balls into the box. And then also Germany-Hungary. I've gone as my banker for match day 2. Just because there aren't many about. Jambo 2-0 Switzerland, 3-0 Germany. Yeah, I can understand. Liam, that's what came up when I Googled non-league to the top. I was looking for the Loki Doki FM21 save and came across mine. I'm kind of glad that's what was found because I know not quite as potty-mouthed or funny with the skits, but it's sort of the most similar to my style in terms of just being relaxed and not worrying about the length of the videos and putting on fake entertainment and bravado. I'm surprised I would have come up on a non-league to top save because I would have thought that Leluja would have had that nailed down. I guess that's the benefit of starting in a beta though, isn't it? I think I started on the FM21, fair enough. Big ball up to the top. flicked on. Albania deal with it. Croatia having the territory now, but not creating anything clear-cut in truth. Been a very good first half for Albania here. It's personal preference, Liam, isn't it? I mean, I thought his early saves were great. They were the reason I got into even knowing this world existed, but it's drifted away from my style in recent years. But I can understand why. I mean, it's an incredible business model. Yeah, Breakin was FM21. That's where most came along. Because it was the COVID year. And if you remember, the Scottish season started about 6 weeks earlier than the English one in real life. The English season didn't start till October. So when we started the save, no English managers had obviously been sacked, whereas normally you'd have about 10 jobs up already. Same in Wales. So the Scottish jobs were the ones that were about. Ah, Jambo, that'll be a fun one then. Be a good one for after work. Ball into the front post from Croatia again. No threat at all. Shouldn't have much stoppage time. Nope, just 1 minute. I think Hungary will be hard to break down. It's difficult to tell. I thought they were going to be brilliant against Switzerland, and they were appalling that first half. I wonder if they'll change tactics and just play the way they did in the second half. Try and put balls into the box. I mean, if you remember, Hungary gave Germany massive problems at the last Euros. Into the box. Albania again. Free header. And chance wasted. Again, Croatia for 5 minutes camped in the Albania half. Create nothing of note. Albania one counter-attack out wide. Ball in the box. And a free header, and it should be another goal. It is so simple on the counter-attack. But it's incredibly effective against a Croatia team that just can't handle it out wide. I mean, Perisic is getting skinned. So many balls coming in from that right. I want to do it now, but then I want to do it when there's more people. Yeah, I think between either Friday night or Saturday afternoon, there'll be more people in those ones. Croatia free header, great save by the Albania keeper. It's back across the line, but a foul's given. The keeper wasn't to know. That's a stunning save, to be fair to him. Got across there with his top hand and clawed it out. I mean, it's a foul. Kramaric just pushes the skipper two-armed in the back. No, nothing subtle about that. Oh, that ball in again. I mean, that Asani, who Silvino went and found playing in the Korean League, some player. Great delivery again. First FM I ever watched. The halftime whistle goes 1-0 Albania. Really good performance so far. Liam, first YouTube I watched was Second Yellow Card. His takeover the City saves. It does a full history of the rivalry first episode. Yeah, some of Second Yellow Cards videos are great. I really like this one on how to manufacture to build a nation. It's a shame that you have to do that in FM, but it's great for people that want to do it that they've got that option. I do get easily distracted, Jambo, but it's not my fault this week. It's because the football's been so bloody good. All of these games have been so good. There's been chances. There's been creativity. Teams going for it. And we said it when we picked these types of games. They're the games that people will see as a chance to get a victory. And we've certainly seen that in the performances. I mean, my first ever YouTube ones, I found Alujo. Then Golden FM, if you remember him, I think he stopped now. So Golden FM, I think it was the original Regen Rovers, maybe. Loki's Journeyman. I wouldn't say I watched anything else bar that regularly, but obviously I've seen other videos. So like Second Yellow Cards, I watch bits of. Ironically, the only save of Dr. Benji's I ever watched was the one that everyone else hated, which was the one where he went off and made that American save. Golden FM was good. That Regen Rover save was so creative. And again, those are the people who have probably influenced my style, where it's like Golden FM, Loki, very similar. Yes, one's very professional and one's very casual, but in terms of It's relaxed. There's not the like fake, this is going to be all out entertainment. It's not made into it's not made into an entertainment package. It's not made into a video. It's just, I'm playing FM. Come and play along with me if you want. And that's sort of the approach I've gone for more. Obviously, unfortunately, I'm nowhere near as good as those two, but they've had a few years extra to go. Connor, go on, Albania. They're playing really well. Do you know what? This has been the great thing in this tournament. All of the teams that no one fancied to do anything. Slovenia, I told you they'd have a go. Albania have been a real threat. I thought they'd struggle against Italy. They gave them a good game. They've given Croatia a great game here. Georgia yesterday were fantastic. Deserved something out of the match. It was a wonderful, wonderful match. So definitely a lot to enjoy. And only really 2 heavy defeats, weren't there, so far in the tournament? And one of them, the Ukraine one at Romania, was because of a wonderful strike and a goalkeeping error. Jumbo, the one I made has a whole host of names. I'm looking forward to it. We'll have some fun. We are, as usual, in a minute. Just as a warning for those who haven't been in before, we're going to do our quick halftime break. So I've nearly run out of drink, so we'll top up the drink, get some snacks, all of that stuff. You can do the same. If you're happy to leave the ads running in the background, it does make a big difference. And then we'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes to start the second half coverage. We will do a sticker pack opening second half as well, as is always customary. Boot FM for you back in FM 20, FM 15. I kind of wish I'd made stuff back then, because I had like I used to do blog stuff and that back then, but I never made videos. I didn't really know the world existed. Otherwise, I would have probably done it before. Jake just finished the graph. Good on you. Good to have you back. Yeah, it's been a good game, Jake. The Albania early goal helped. Croatia have had a lot more of the territory since, but Albania look a massive threat every time they counter. Had 2 or 3 great chances. Lavakovic made a wonderful save. Had another free header right at the end of the half as well. They've definitely had the better chances. Croatia have had a lot of the ball. They've got balls into their box, but not really looked like scoring. The only great chance they had was then a foul by Kramaric. But yeah, I'd say Albania deserved the lead. Oh, it's the day you also discovered FM, Eddie. So you didn't even know of FM then. You just discovered it by chance. That's class. I mean, for me, before that, it was always the SI forums. The San Marino Challenge one, you'll find hundreds of posts from me in there. But yeah, yet another good half, Jake. It has to be said. There's not been many duds in this tournament so far. Be interesting to see what Group A serves up later, because I do feel Germany-Hungary could be one of those. Scotland-Switzerland can't be, because both teams have got to win. Switzerland to secure their passage. Scotland to stay in it. I'll do the who am I after the break. I'll treat you. Fair enough. I was either outside or playing Madden before that. No, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, same for me, to be honest, Eddie. We used to do like the FM sleepovers and that in school, but otherwise it was every night, 3 hours either at the park playing football or tennis, or at Riley's playing pool or snooker. That was always the way. We couldn't really afford all the other stuff back then. It was only really once we started working up in the professional career. Been a superb tournament so far. Jake's been great. It's just been lovely seeing teams come to win. Seeing open games, seeing different styles of attack, seeing these teams that are perfected counter-attacking like Albania, like Slovenia the other day. Some of the delivery's wonderful. Jumbo, my personal favourite. All jest aside, nothing in this tournament will top yesterday's game, Turkey-Georgia. Was just one of the most breathtaking games of football I've ever watched. I adored it. Right, I think what we're going to do as we're edging towards the second half, we're going to take our quick break because I have now officially run out of drink. So if you're happy to leave the ads running 3 minutes, it does make a difference as always. We will be back for the second half. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Top your drinks up as well. Get your snacks ready and get ready for another thrilling second half. Jake, fan of third place qualifiers. Yeah, it's done a world of good for the groups, as has the expanded tournament, to be fair, because we're seeing more variety in styles, and it's not just those top sides trying not to get beat by each other in the groups, which I think has been a real handful. But we're going to run off quickly and top up the drink. We'll be back in 3 minutes. I'll see you there for it. And don't go anywhere, because this second half should be absolutely brilliant. And we are back and ready for the second half with a freshly topped up drink, the sticker pack, and the book actually local, which is the thing I forgot for the first half. I'm ready to go and enjoy this game, which again has been a really entertaining one so far. Albania looking a threat on the break after that early goal. Croatia trying to push with territory but not finding a way through. It's all enjoyable, isn't it? Jambo, let's have a look at that. Interaction farming, let's have a look. One of my posts, what's going on there? Oh, that ESPN yesterday saying the Portugal one was one of the best of the World Cup. It's just because of the Ronaldo obsession and that. I mean, it wasn't even the best game of the day. It was a joke. What would you say is the best Luton shirt? To be honest, I love this year's home shirt. The orange one with the white strip. I really like that. Best strips. I can think of some of the worst. There was a horrific orange Diodora one, which I had in 97. Most of the, to be honest, Jambo, most of the classic Luton ones were before my time. In my lifetime, most of them have been crap. So yeah, there's not many strong candidates in recent years. I would say I like this year's one the best in a long, long time. And obviously we've had the change between white and orange in my lifetime a few times as well. 98 Hearts one was the one we won the cup in for me. Let's have a look. Hearts 98. Hearts 98. Is that the old Strongbow one? Or is that slightly later? Jake, I nearly had my karma last night. Double boost on Portugal, I know. And I had a 1-1 draw. Bloody 1 minute away as well. So frustrating. I mean, even in terms of our sponsors, Jambo, to be honest, we had SKF for a while, which was good. But then we just went through loads of nonsense. Jake, we are tonight, yeah. I've got tonight and Friday are my last two this week. So tonight is pork and mushroom, fragrant pork and mushroom stir fry with sticky rice. And then Friday is the one that I know is going to be the best because I've had something similar last time I did it, which is, it's one of the big old Stacey Solomon ones. It's Korean style beef tacos with like the sweet chili slaw. It's so good. The burgers, the tacos, those sorts of things, they're always the best in our HelloFresh deals. We're definitely going to do it up to week 4. So we've got the next 2 weeks. We've already done what we're going to order. And then we'll decide from there. Because the first week of July is the first menu week that I think looks a little bit ropey. I know, Eddie. Sorry, taco. Taco. I know how you guys say it over there. In the UK, we say taco. Simple. Asian chicken thighs. Sounds good. To be fair, I will give her one thing. Her choice of recipes normally are pretty good. Jambo's out with the Who Am I? And this one, is this the one that was supposed to be tricky? Your Mexican side, Eddie. What's going on with them? Players coming out for the second half. And as we do so, as a change for Croatia, is that Mayer who's come off? I think it is. So who am I? I've played with Tom Heaton, Dennis Suarez, James Tompkins, Gail Clichy, and Tom Lockyer. Blimey. Double sub. Brozovic and Mayer off. Susic and Pasalic come on. Definitely a bit more youth and stamina in the midfield areas, I think you would say. I'm not sure it's quite going to be enough, though. Oh, meant my bloodline, sorry. That's why I was Mexican hearing you pronounce. All I can say, Eddie, based on that is don't come to the UK. Because you'll have a horrible time. The UK, it's a taco, not a taco. And it's a taco that may contain fresh rocket rather than arugula. Oregano spice rather than oregano. Herbs rather than herbs. I mean, pretty much all the ingredients will offend you. I think beef mince might be safe. No, not Adebayo. He wouldn't have played with all of them. No chance he's played with Clichy. I'm wondering if the Clichy link's going to be like out in Turkey or something, because he played for that Bakakshir or whatever their name was, didn't he? Suarez played for Watford. He play anywhere else in England? I'm not sure. Tompkins will be West Ham or Palace. Heaton, we'll leave him aside for now. And then Lockyer's got to be lower leagues or Charlton or Welsh. Not in an offensive way, but in a hilariously funny way. Oh, fair enough. As long as it's that way, it's all right. I mean, my channel's famous for pronunciations, but in that one, the statesides wouldn't agree with it too much. Jake, I'm struggling here. Yeah, you're not the only one. I'm trying to put... There's no clubs you can put together there, really, are there? Is Suarez played for Arsenal? Why do I not remember that? I really don't remember that. I don't know why. I mean, it could be a Barca link, but that would be unlikely given some of the other names in there. Lockyer could be Luton. Where was he before? Charlton and Bristol Rovers. I mean, I'm trying to think youth football. He was at Cardiff, but I think he left at 16. Could be Wales, of course. Could be a Welshman. I was just trying to think, could it be Aaron Ramsey based on that? But he wouldn't have played with Tompkins, would he? I mean, I'll throw Aaron Ramsey out anyway, but I think that's the one that it wouldn't be. Is it? It is. Oh, it's that bloody Great Britain team again. I never played for City, Jake. Yeah, I suppose if he played a B team game, no, Jambo will find it. Dennis Suarez, Arsenal. To be fair, I would never have got that if Jake didn't say that Suarez played for Arsenal. That had lost my mind completely. I think I had the wrong Dennis Suarez in there as well. Another long throw from Croatia, but straight out. Yeah, Tompkins, that Olympic team. Lockyer at Cardiff or for Wales. Clichy at Arsenal. And Tom Heaton at Cardiff. See, Tom Heaton at Cardiff, that's an interesting one. No youth link this time. James Tompkins is as good as that, because that Olympic team is an under-23 team, essentially. To be fair, I probably also wouldn't have got it if you hadn't done me with the Olympics one yesterday. No worries, Jake. See you in a bit. Have a good one. Thank you very much for popping in, as always. 4 minutes into the second half, and similar pattern. Croatia dominating the territory. Albania looking to hit on the break and doing it well. I can see it now. Next to him, I will feature an under-9s link. Absolutely. In Jambo's defence, I started it with the Olympic one. Friday, we're doing the 5 p.m. game, Jake. So, Poland-Austria. Unfortunately, I'm working during the first one. So, Poland-Austria Friday, and then the first game on Saturday. They're my next two. Magic, I need Croatia to score 2 or I lose. Well, I've gone for a 1-1 draw, so I don't know if that will happen, to be fair. Although they've just broken into the box here. Left-footed. Good save by the Albanian keeper. That's the first really good chance they've created here. Modric 25 yards out. The danger's still not cleared. Kovacic looking for support. They've got to go right. Oh, he's not gone wide. He's not looked for it. The ball out to Perisic isn't great. Perisic does put the ball in, though, and it's up to the back post, headed over. Stays 1-0. First great chance for Croatia, that. Next to him, I'll have fiction of movies from the movie goal, yeah. Yeah, I still think there's a few chances in here. It's got a strong hand, that Brentford keeper that's in there. Obviously, we had him in the Twitch save at Luton earlier in the year, but he's been impressive. Jambo, what I might do is just make a bunch on Thursday, do one on stream, and then if you get in like 5 minutes, do another. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, sounds great. I do love the Who Am I's. And being at work tomorrow, I'll be able to create plenty of my own on the travel as well. The one thing I will say for Albania since half time is there's not been a huge amount of attacking threat, and they are getting given the hurry up already. We're not Magic. We're not. First one of the day today. I can't be doing more than one a day. I want to enjoy some of them in the sunshine. We've finally got a bit of summer here, and I'm going to make sure I'm in the garden with my TV or tablet, and I'll get going enjoying it. No, Jambo, don't say how you make them. But we will be live on Friday for Poland, Austria, and we will be live Saturday for Georgia v the Czech Republic, which should be a cracking game. Basically getting all the teams that have lost their first games. There's a big ball in from Croatia to the back post. Oh, he's headed it backwards. How's he managed that? It's out to the left-hand side. Croatia have stepped up a gear here. Vardio is now by the left corner flag. And he's dived to the floor. Pathetic. You're a big centre-half. What are you doing? Jambo, mine not so long, but then my strategy is pretty simple. I think of a random player in my head. Get them on Wikipedia. Find years that link all of the players they've played with, for the majority of them. And then pick a few random names that I don't think will be completely obvious. So mine's definitely a full manual approach. There's a big ball forward from Albania, but they're not able to get out now. You feel it's a matter of time the way it's going as Modric presses over halfway. And Croatia finally playing with a bit of width. That's the one thing these changes have done. They've been able to get the fullbacks on the touchline. Don't ask ChatGPT to make when it doesn't go well. Jambo, come on, I've only just tried multi-streaming and upgrading the graphics. I'm not going to be on that anytime soon. Kovacic shot deflects. Strakosha does well because it changed direction there. Yeah, really good save. Simple enough, but it could have been tricky. Hey, welcome along. I'm glad to see you here. Sorry I'm late. 101 jobs all over, and we all have those days. How's the match going? It's been a good game. Start of the second half has been a little bit predictable, but the first half was brilliant. Albania were playing on the counter really well. Really effective out wide. Got their goal from there early from across as well. Had a couple of other good chances with a free header. Levakovic made a great save too. Croatia huffed and puffed without creating anything clear cut, but they've come out second half. They've made 2 changes. And they are camped in the Albania half. We've seen one good save from Strakosha already. And Albania can't really get out at the start of this period. So I feel the second half may be a bit longer for them. But again, another good game, which is exactly what we wanted. Though I do feel now for the first time, being the second game being so important, we're starting to see Albania maybe just playing to hold on, rather than going aggressively to try and get the second. There's a big ball forward though, and on this counter-attack, it's offside. It's a shame. We're 3-on-3 there as well. Drop Bear, good morning to you. What time is it over there, Drop Bear? You've got to be in the early hours, have you not? This isn't the score I expected at this point. Oh, so I did have a 1-1 draw for the game, but I had Croatia to score first. I thought it'd go the other way, whereas it's now Albania doing the holding on. I thought Albania's best approach might be to go for the second goal rather than this taking of time. You can see the tension, can't you? It means a lot. It's just going on midnight here. Blimey. You won't see me awake at midnight too often. Croatia again have won it back in the Albania half. Those 2 younger players in the middle just able to press that little bit harder and higher. It's added so much to the Croatia team, but again, Albania have broken away, and this is where they're the threat. down the left-hand side. They've got a 2-on-2 in the middle, but much better defensive protection here from Croatia. You can see the substitute there, able to get out, where in the first half, Brozovic and Modric together just weren't able to do that. It's definitely the bit that's making a difference here. Drop bet. Just setting up my new PC, which I got yesterday, and I'm up at this hour as night shifters bug on my sleep schedule. Fair enough. Even if I got offered silly money, I'd probably have to turn down night work. I just wouldn't be able to cope with it. Here come Croatia down the right. They've got the Albanian fans behind that goal, trying their best to keep Croatia at bay. But for now, it's all Croatia, and you just feel like, can they create that chance? Are Albania going to be opened up? Is there going to be a mistake? You can see the extra width here Croatia have got on. Players hugging the touchline. We never saw that first half. It's another good delivery. Header's just over. Corner kick. Jambo, my sleep schedule's messed up too. I guess the next time my sleep schedule should be messed up is the World Cup in a couple of years' time. Because those kickoff times are going to get me. Drop Bear finally back on FM after 2 weeks and back to 0 saves now to start again. Meant to put my saves on the Steam cloud, but I hadn't got to it before my laptop died. Oh dear. Corner headed over. Goal kick. I've been offered, weirdly, an affiliate deal with the Amazon store in July, so I'll be finding you some good deals from there in July relating to laptop stuff. But it is hard when you're so used to playing FM and you have to go 2-3 weeks without. I normally make the pattern in the week of having a couple of days off, but not sure I'd be wanting to do multiple weeks. Like, I was just getting into the Willem 2 save before I went on holiday for the little break last week. And although it was only 5 days, by the time I came back, I just wanted to give it a go. Here come Croatia again. Different team this half. Down the left-hand side, into the box they go. Has that gone out of play? I don't think so, but Albania defend it well. They're just not quite able to break out the same now. There's not that energy to break forward. But they have got out here down the right-hand side. But then it's just a big hoof ball over the top, and there's no support now. Jambo, save idea. Ibiza, you can only sign Brits. The only non-Brits you can sign are players from your youth intake. You could do that with any of those holiday destinations, couldn't you? I need a monitor. I'm using my TV for the monitor. So I've got a TV for one of my monitors, actually. I've always had it. I don't know why, but the other one is just one that work gave me to do dual screen working, so I use it when I'm not working as well. Out to the edge for Modric. Shots blocked. That has hit him flush in the stomach. He stopped the game. It's proper wind in that. Croatia aren't happy because it's not a head injury and he's 30 yards out, but that has hit him. Oh, he's acted well there. It's hit him in the knee. Superb acting. It's hit him in the knee and he's made out that he's hit him in the stomach. I mean, it hurts. There's no doubt about that. But he's made out that he was winded. He's done a great job there. We haven't seen much of this in this tournament. Like, we haven't had positions where teams have been time wasting or slowing the game down. We can start a stave with Banbridge and take them to the Champions League like I did with Elgin, but from Northern Ireland. Nice. As Palma's only signed players from the Canaries yet. Obviously, there's a couple of the Basque saves as well. Yeah, Jumbo, that's a really cool one, getting a save because of your mystery box, isn't it? Algeciras. I think maybe a non-UK nation will be fun with a big two like a Celtic or Rangers. Yeah, there's so many options, aren't there? That's the brilliant fun. I went for 1-1 in this game. Went for a 1-1 draw, which I'm still fairly confident in. I think The only worry is if Croatia score that maybe they then go and get a second. It's Albania, I don't like this style from 1-0, just sitting back on it. They were such a threat before on the break. But at the moment, they can't get out their own half. Croatia have brought on younger players in the middle. They're pressing high. They're causing all sorts of chaos. But the one thing that Albania are doing is still leaving that 2-on-2 up top. So if they get pressed, they're going to create a chance. Drop bears in Australia, Jumbo. The very one you're talking to now is an Australian. That'd be fun. Not played much around Europe, and I'm tempted to buy one of those FM mystery boxes. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You meant, are there any in Australia? No, I don't know. As I mentioned, I got the one link deal with the one on TikTok, but I'm waiting for my sample to come before I do the video for it. Didn't even buy the FM version. Wow. Half an hour to go here, and Albania are basically just defending behind the ball for a 1-0. Which I'm not sure is the smartest strategy, because they could have got a second the way they were going. Credit to Croatia, they've made the right changes here, but here they work it through on the edge of the box again. It's last-ditch defending. Flipped by the Albanian defender when it's cleared. And Modric wins it back 30 yards out. Intercepted by the left back. Now, Albania, they've got to break. They've got no one running behind the ball because all 11 are back in their own defensive third. They've just not got an outball at the minute. The Algeciras' lightweights are great for the heat wave coming up. Lovely. Yeah, British football shirts in the heat waves are horrible, aren't they? Sweaty to say the least. What are your predictions for the later games, folks, as well? I've gone 2-1 Switzerland and 2-0 to Germany. As Albania work it to the edge of the box, chance to shoot. Cut back on his left foot. Curling effort, straight to Livakovic. There was an option out wide, but you can see why he went for the shot. I think it was Aslani again. But you've gone 2-0 in both, have you? That doesn't surprise me massively. We've got a sub for Albania. It's Asani, the number 9, coming off. They're sacrificing their attacking width here. On in his place, Suleimanov. Asani, the man that's gone. You're frozen here, drop back. It's about -3 tonight. Blimey. Sounds about perfect. Oh, the Albania defender slipped. It's allowed to cross in. Cleared from the edge of the box. USA choose to bat first versus South Africa. I think this will be when the party ends, unfortunately, Liam. Now, Albania have got a chance on the counter again with a 3v3. They've worked it backwards. And now the referee stopped it again for a non-head injury. I think they're all a bit worried after the other day because obviously the ref didn't stop the Mbappe one and he's getting dropped. There's a yellow card coming for the bench again. Croatia. Physio? Trying to work out who it was. Atlas is one of them that you recognise the badge but don't know the team name. I don't know if you saw Charlie found a Maritimo one in a charity shop the other day. Which went incredibly popular. Not done a prediction league because I missed most of the games with no signal abroad. No, I don't blame you for that. Mind you can still probably catch my score. It's bad enough. You'll probably have to pay a lot for delivery for the UK ones. £5 for delivery inside the UK. Yeah, that's where they make their money, those shirt companies, isn't it? The delivery's always got a 2 or 3 quid premium profit on it. Long ball forward for Albania. And this time they've got a chance. But again, not taking the opportunity to play the quick ball this time. And that's what's costing them here. But they have won it back in their own half again. Croatia getting caught. Bit sluggish playing out. And it's the big switch across the box. Well defended by Vardiol. Out to the edge though. Chance to shoot, but it's a heavy touch. Found a Spain hoodie for 25 quid in TK Maxx. It's amazing what you find about, isn't it? Here go Croatia on the break. And Albania have got 5 committed beyond the ball. They're starting to look a little leggy. There's a couple that just aren't able to track back. And now Croatia have got a chance with a 5-on-7. But great work from the skipper. And it's away downfield. It's a 2-on-2. Croatia are happy to gamble. And it's leaving space for Albania here. Third man up in support with the number 10. He's turning inside out Gavardio. And the shot is wild. Bajrami did all the hard work. Didn't get the connection right. Shipping from the UK is bonkers, yeah. And that's why, like, even for something like little bits of merchandise from my channel, the store that's connected to YouTube, if you're outside the US or the EU, the delivery's insane. That's why we had to set up like a Redbubble one and that as well, just so there was a standardised delivery across the world. Imagine it cost a bit to ship out there, yeah, just a little. That's why I broke even on the box, but delivery is where I've lost out. Yeah, that's always the way, isn't it? Delivery charges, you should live in the Highlands. Some companies class as non-UK mainland. Just crazy. I got stung almost 100 quid shipping from Italy on a Parma order. Blimey. I bet it wouldn't have been that in the EU days, would it? That's the sad bit. The delivery charges would be insane. Big cross from the right-hand side. Well dealt with by the Albania keeper. EU delivery tax rules now horrendous. Yep, absolutely. Hearts charge 5 quid delivery for the shirt, so I ordered a heart, mouse mat and pin badge, so I don't have to pay the delivery fee. Yeah, they always do it with things like that, don't they? It's the same as when we like get a muscle food meat hamper. If you then chuck a pizza or something on the top, you get to the delivery value, and you're just basically getting that for free, aren't you? Scotty Mac, when companies in the Highlands ship to London, no problem. Other way round, it's excess. Yep. Welcome to the London tax. We all suffer that. 71 quid for a shirt. That's ridiculous. 59 for delivery. Whoa. Ball into the back post. Croatia headed over again. Pasalic, the sub, getting in there. Can't find the header. Liam nearly smashed my PC last night. Oh, I can't get that upset over FM. Beat FC Twente 3-1 away first leg. Second leg leading 1-0 80th minute. Went to sit back and defend. Conceded 3 goals. 88, 89, 91st. Oh dear. Another sub for Croatia. There's still no sign of that elusive goal yet. I mean, only 20 minutes to go though. They're getting closer here. And Wolf 4, that's got to be a foul. He's holding on for dear life. Nothing given. Liam got FM'd. But we had a game like that, didn't we, in the Southend save a few years ago. With Newcastle, where we were 3-1 down in stoppage time on 1-4-3. If I buy a Liverpool shirt at my local store, it's $102. What's that? I'm going to have to do some currency translation here. Bear with me. Australian dollars to sterling. Hang on. 102. That's 53 quid. That's probably cheaper than it is over here. I'd say it's probably 60 over here for the top sides. So that, for your equivalent, would be $115. Another corner kick for Croatia. The pressure is building. I was 3-1 up once, lost 4 in the 92nd minute and lost 4-3. Deleted the save right after. Blame the director of football, Sonny McFarlane, when his 3 keepers are injured. It's the beauty of those saves, isn't it? You see the issue with the Germany game? Let's have a look. No? Don't see anything. I saw the picture of the Hungary fans. That's insane. Beehive in a German dugout. Nice. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I'm sure they can source a beekeeper in a couple of hours. Yeah, there is a TK Maxx in Luton. It's one of the few things that's left, to be honest. They need to clear it before the game starts. They'll have no trouble. They're the Germans. They do things efficiently. They don't just mess about like us. Croatia again camped in that final third, but so hard to open Albania up, who themselves, ironically, have now switched to be more narrow. They've basically put all 11 behind the ball. They're giving up on trying to score here. And just trying to stay 1-0, which I don't think is the right approach. Right back to the edge of the box. Albania able to clear. And they win the goal kick off a deflection as well. Great work. Right, should we do this as we've only got about 15 minutes to go? We'll do our free Euro 2024 sticker pack of the day, as we always do. Hopefully, we'll get some luck because we're approaching the end. We did get 3 out of 6 in the one yesterday, didn't we? But I'm not sure we're going to be quite so fortunate this time. The goal scorer is coming off for Albania, I think. He is indeed. Lachi's coming off. I disagree with the efficiency claim. I ordered a Dortmund shirt 3 years ago. Didn't end up cancelling because it didn't arrive after 3 weeks. But was that it didn't arrive at your door or that it didn't leave Germany? Because they might have got it out of Germany very quickly and it might have fallen down once it came into other hands. It's interesting with shirt prices here, but I wouldn't know. Never bought a shirt. No, I'm not really a football shirt person. I know there are some in here that love them. It's not my big thing. But I'm hoping with this new partnership on TikTok that maybe I'll get into the mystery shirt business. I don't know. Probably won't help the house hunt. Eddie, it was stuck in the UK. Well, it's not German efficiency then, is it? It's us falling apart again. Proves the point. Right, first one in the pack here is Albania have nicked it off Modric, I think. Oh, no, it's Juranovic, sorry. 3-on-3, 25 yards out. Oh, he's gone for the shot. It's the wrong option. Right, first one out here. I can lend a few out if need be. Yeah, and that's the thing, Liam, for me. Knowing that they cost about 150 to make and that they cost 60 quid. It's not for me. Yeah, mystery shirts you consult teams you want to avoid. And you're paying a little bit less there sometimes. Croatia in, it's 1-1. Eventually it was going to happen. Kramaric puts it in. Not quite sure what the keeper was doing there. And now I've got a perfect score. But Albania, what do they do here? Because they've taken off all their attacking threats. They've gone to just sit behind for a 1-0. And now it's level. Let's get the score updated because this is going to count. 30 yards out. No pressure on the ball. They step in. And they've got 2 over on the left-hand side. The offside line's all over the place. The left-back's playing all of the men on the opposite side on. Ball through the legs of Hysaj. It's a good finish, to be fair. But the goalkeeper should be nearer his line for me. And it's 1-1. I need it to stay there, but I do fear now that Croatia have scored us, particularly with the subs that have been made, that it might get a bit stronger now. Let's do the first one of the pack anyway. Estonia 8 and 9, which are Maxim Petoski and Taijo Teniste. There we go. Not very well focused today. Croatia working forward again. Albania defending. I feel like they've got to chuck Brozier or someone on. Have some form of attacking intent now. They can't just keep sitting back here. Right, Estonia, where are you? Oh, Croatia in again. Goalkeeper gets a hand. He's done really well. There's a risk of falling apart here for Albania. They can't get out. The left back's being pressed. And they've got to throw. This is a rocky road at the minute for Albania here. Estonia, we've got everything apart from the badge. So unfortunately, no success there. Just starting to lose the staples out in the middle of this book now. Next up is a player I'm pretty sure we've got. Belgium 4, is the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper who never made it in the end, Thibaut Courtois. Get Kaminski in. I'm pretty sure we've got this, so let's just double check it. There it is. Thibaut Courtois. Oh, Croatia have nicked it on the goal line. Cut back. It's in. It's an own goal. It's Courtois there. There's the goal. Croatia have turned it around in 2 minutes. It was pinball in the penalty area. The chance to clear it's gone. Wow. I mean, Albania have invited it themselves here. But Croatia have completed a very quick turnaround. The captain's complaining. He wanted a foul. We're having a look at this on the replay. I mean, that's never a foul. No. What are you doing? It's the number 7 Manaj. What is he doing? Never a foul. Right, working up to the other end. Croatia again. The goals are coming because they've got width in this half. They've got a man on each side holding the width. The defender wasn't strong enough. It's cut back. The skipper actually gets a challenge in. It hits his midfielder's knee and then bounces in. It's so unfortunate, but Croatia now lead 2-1. He can't do anything about it. It's Jazula, the sub, I think. But he hasn't got time to react. It's the block off the skipper. Hits him on the shin and in. Croatia 2, Albania 1. And that game has turned and flipped very quickly. He's got to get Brozier on now. You've got to go attacking. You've got to try and get something. Let's move on to the next sticker in the book, which is Turkey 18. That is, God, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. Kerem Aktürkoğlu, I want to say. There he is. Let's see if we've got it. Final pack. Final group. Oh, we've got some luck. It's not a complete dud. Turkey 18 we need. We've had a bit of success, which is what we wanted. Speaking of Estonia, in the cricket, some bloke from scored the fastest T20 century in 27 balls. Great, isn't it? Love it. The same as like Albania in the Italy game, when teams just make their little bit of history. I think the USA party might come to an end today in the cricket, sadly. One more for Croatia, then no more. Happy at 2-1. Well, my score's gone now, so I can't really win. AA, one of the toughest challenges I tried was to get Chelmsford City promoted. Not easy, multiple attempts, loads of frustrations. No one I see since my video has dared to take on the Northampton challenge. That was a big one. Yeah, in those leagues where there's only one up, you can get frustrated in playoffs so often and just get stuck in them for years and years. It's happened to the best of us. Free kick for Croatia again. They've got their confidence back, and I think they'll be picking this more youthful team in the second game because it's made a huge difference in the midfield. Croatia in again. Bobbles through to the goalkeeper. Yeah, great effort from Joe Burns. I liked his reasoning for going to represent Italy as well. Not sure it should be as easy as it is in cricket, but everyone cheap shirts looking classic football shirts. Most are brand new, but some aren't, yeah. Old school football shop's quite a good one as well. I don't know if they do official shirts anymore. They used to do sort of like takes on old school ones as well. Next up, we have got Greece and Kazakhstan, joint star player, Mavropanos and Zainadinov. There they are. Pretty sure we've got this, but we'll have a double check anyway. Yes, we have. Just on the page before. Right at the bottom here, you can see the two. It's a really good reason drop there, but I don't like the fact that you can just go and play for two different nations in 2 years, basically. Ball into the box from Perisic is great. Well marked at the back post. Hooked away. Albania haven't got an out ball. He's got to bring the striker on. There's just no opportunity for them to go forward. Speaking of Albania, there's our next sticker. Albania 13, as they've given it away again in their own box. Their own final third, Albania. Croatia breakaway. Don't make it count. And it's a good ball down the left from Albania. Chance to get in one-on-one. Great defending. It's Christian Aslani is our man there. Let's see if we need him. Don't remember on this one. And there's a good reason I don't remember. He's not there. Christian Aslani fits in this little slot here. So that's 2 for the pack. And you can see Albania's probably one of our worst ones now, to be fair. That's very true. But for Italy, the experience will be great to improve them. Yeah, similar for Anderson in that US team. Like those players that have played at the top level. It's great to see the professionalism, take those styles of trainings that have come from big professional setups. Look at that, 2 for the pack, good result. Yeah, 3 yesterday, 2 in this one, no complaints. And the last sticker in the pack is the foil sticker, of course, which is Austria PTW. Nearly said Australia. That's the player to watch. And this one, Nicholas Seevold. There he is. You can see the shiny reflection there. Let's see if we need it. It's not 2 for the pack drop there. It's 3 for the pack. We don't have either of the Austria shinies there. 3 out of 6 again is a very good effort. We're getting very close to the end of the book. And there are good signs at the moment. I'll have to have a little count through today and see how many we've got left. Because we're probably in and around the last 100 or so now, I would say. Shall I do a quick nose while we're here? I might be being slightly ambitious based on the first few pages, but still. It's getting heavy now. That's the reason I say it. I'll do the first 2 groups and see. So after 2 groups and the opening pages, I've got 37. So I reckon we're at about 100 to go. Yeah, Birchie, the last year... No, not the last Euro, sorry. The last World Cup. The Panini one is the last one I didn't do. Perisic getting in trouble for not going off at the nearest side. Yeah, the World Cup one I didn't do because I opened it. It was such poor quality. The last Euros, like you say, I didn't finish because there were so many swaps. It was just ridiculous. But this one, the Tops one, Birchie, I mentioned it. I bought a big thing of 100 packs right at the start. And of the first 100 packs, which is 6 stickers a pack, so 600 stickers, I had less than 100 swaps. Which in a book of 7 to 8 mean I'd done over 500 of it, which was incredible. And even now in this second box, we're getting 2s and 3s a lot. So probably not going to need more than sort of 150, 160 packs to complete it, which is how it should be. But yeah, Tops have definitely come back strong this time. Panini get a little bit too cheeky on the rip-offs. And obviously the packs are better value now. Yes, they've added 10p on, but they've chucked an extra sticker in as well. Yeah, AA risky trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead. 45 minutes. It was the wrong approach. They were creating so many chances as well. I felt they would have gone and scored again, but Lavakovic, poor ball back to him there. Just volleys it out for a throw, halfway inside his own half. It's Daku that's come on up front for Albania this time, rather than Broja. And it's the... it's Hoxha that's come on. And it's the last throw of the dice. Big switch of play by Albania, just about kept in. But they've offered nothing going forward in this half. Free kick, though, just inside the Croatia half, and they need to get it into the box. They've got to take a chance now. A reminder as well, as we are a few minutes from the finish, no stream tomorrow, because unfortunately I've got to do the employed work for the day. But then on Friday, we'll be back at 5 PM, or for the second game of the day if you're elsewhere in the world, Poland versus Austria. Saturday, we're doing the first game of the day at 2, which is Georgia, Czech Republic. Should be entertaining based on their games yesterday. And then a usual FM stream Sunday morning. It's a busy finish to the week still. Yeah, the sticker book nostalgia has come back to me this year. It was definitely a better edition. It's a big ball down the left from Albania. Well dealt with by Juranovic in fairness, but he's run it out for a throw after I said that. Albania take it quickly. Modric over on the right-hand side. He saved some legs for this moment. And Croatia are able to break away. Stusic, the sub, one of those at half-time that made a huge difference. And as I say that, he falls over and gives the ball away. Really am cursing things today, aren't we? Albania building up on the edge of the box again, but this time it's Croatia with bodies behind the ball. And the offside flag goes up. Oh, that's poor. 3 minutes remaining. I reckon we'll get 5 or 6 added on because Albania spent the first half of this half wasting so much time. Yellow card to the Croatian manager. Did you have a Dan Trinket Smith on an FM save? Now that name rings a bell. And I don't know why. Maybe Birchie. Maybe like my first ever one. Let's have a look at him where he was. Dan Trinket. Where was he? Well, based on his career, he wouldn't have been at any of the clubs at the start that I ever managed. So he must have popped up somewhere if he did. I feel like we had him in that first ever one, but I don't know. Oh, Modric from distance, just wide. I wouldn't be able to say confidently yes. I'm trying to work out where else I could know the name from. Maybe an FA Cup tie of some sort. Not sure. Probably me. He signed for Hednesford and name rang a bell for some reason. Yeah, I kind of get the same feeling from it, but I don't know why. Croatia breaking away down the left. This time Albania have left men forward as you would expect at this stage. Cuts inside, gets the shot away. Strakosha does well. Holds on to it too. No, Mardy Holloway. God, he was hard work. Really hard work for me. That was the banger save, wasn't he? He was the man that nearly bankrupted me in the end. Under that wacky owner before he then sent them into the ground in real life. Big ball over the top by Albania. It's brought down well by the forward. There's so many Croatia bodies back, but he's cutting in from the left. You've got to find the pass. You've got to find the pass. Oh, he's gone for it himself. It's spilled by the keeper. Oh, and a rebound's just over. The flag's up for the rebound. It is Daka who's on. I mean, he did poorly at first, Lovakovic. He spilt the first one. The second one was offside, but he was brave to get down there. Did well with it. Some of these UEFA Directors' Cut replays, the timing's a little bit odd on. But thank you everyone who stuck with us today as well. Not been maybe quite as thrilling a game as some of the ones we've seen so far, but still been a very good game regardless. It's a high bar we're talking about. He was offside anyway, Jambo, so it doesn't matter for that one, on the rebounds. We're heading stoppage time. How many minutes have we got? 5. I thought there'd be more. I really thought there'd be more. Ah, Birchie, thank you for popping in. I do appreciate it. Good to see you around. Now one of the Croatian subs has been booked as well. And Livakovic is taking his time here. Jumbo, great signing for them. Who's that? Let's have a look. Dimitar Mitov has gone to Aberdeen. Interesting. They've not gone for Carl Rushworth like I did, no? Oh, he did catch a bit in the face there. I thought he was milking it, but no, he's got the... He's got the leaking bloody nose. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay on here because they can't stop it bleeding. Oh, the board's gone up for 6 minutes now. So we had a board for 5 minutes and now we've got a board for 6 minutes. And it'll be 6 minutes from now. So we should be going to 97.5, I would imagine. St Johnstone relegated Jambo. The way they wasted that cup double that Callum Davidson got on. He then sold star players for big money and he didn't let him replace them. That will forever be a missed opportunity. And it so often is the case for the clubs outside the old firm as well. Has to be said. The extra minute for the break there. Yeah. Just not seen it change during stoppage time like that. Normally I'll just play the extra minute. Jack, what's your prediction for Germany-Hungary? Welcome in, by the way. Germany-Hungary, I've gone for 2-0 Germany. And I've put that as worryingly, as my banker for match day 2, which means they probably won't win now. I was a little bit tired because Hungary gave them big problems in the last tournament they played, but Hungary was so poor in the first game. Here come Albania into the box. Across is a great chance. Oh, heavy touch. It's back to the edge. It's blocked. And again, it's over. Oh, you've got to score. And just like the Georgia-Turkey game yesterday, it's late drama. It's a massive opportunity. The first one was the best, but it was a heavy touch by the substitute. Cut it back well in the end, and then it's a good block by, I think, Modric as the last man back. No, it's not. It's a substitute. That's fooled me as well. Souza was the man behind the ball. Daku's booked because he goes in against the head at the end, but there's not much he can do about that. We saw exactly the same yesterday, didn't we? Georgia had 2 great chances in extra time or stoppage time against Turkey. They just can't find a way through. Jumbo's because they lowball and the player cry when they don't accept. What? What's that for? It must have just been because the player was laying on the floor for the minute. The Albania bench are gesticulating something here, but I've no idea what. He's been allowed to take a free kick on the edge of the box. And I don't really understand why. Because he was fouled in his own 6-yard box. Albania are breaking away though. Why have Croatia only got 4 back? They're 2-1 up in stoppage time. And they've left a 4-on-4. It's bonkers. Football League fixtures next Thursday. Next Thursday is EFL fixtures day. We'll find out where Luton are going to be. An August trip to Plymouth, please. Oh, lovely through ball. Albania across the box. A great chance. It's in. It's 2-2. It's not game over for Albania, Jack. It's a huge goal and it's a point for Albania. This tournament is the gift that keeps on giving. What a game of football. Oh, it delivers again. We have had such luck with these streams. We always said these games against the sides who think they've got to win these matches will deliver. And my God, has it. Again, it comes back from that wide area. Lovely little bit of footwork by the substitute to get down the left. Overlapping run by the fullback who's not been in the opposition half since the half-time whistle. And it's the substitute who scored the own goal, Jasula, the unfortunate man. Through the defender's legs, into the bottom corner. Gvardiol beaten, Livakovic beaten. Stunning drama. Magic. I don't feel a point is enough for either of them, Jambo. I think ultimately it maybe gives Scotland more of a chance because I don't think any of them will get more than 1 point now. But for Silvino to come to this tournament and get a point out of it, that'll be a lovely moment for them. And after their 2 performances, they've deserved a point. But we're only 95.5 minutes in, and with the injuries at the start, we've still got 2 minutes to go. So don't get too excited because Croatia are doing a big pump forward. Albania breaking away. And can I go back to my original question? As Albania break clear again, they've got a 4-on-4. Why were Croatia leaving a 4-on-4 in the last minute? There's 2 over on the left. They've got a chance here, you know. Albania left side of the box. Can they get across him? We know Croatia struggle with them. Here is the opportunity. Deliveries blocked. Good defending. You feel like both sides have to win here. And Albania are breaking down the left. Opportunity to cross. It's cut back to Jasula again. Plays the 1-2. Chance to shoot. It's blocked by the defender. It's all Albania at the end now. Mad game of football. Great challenger, Jetty. But now Croatia have a 4-on-2. Great defending Albania. We go back for the yellow card. But he had to stop that or it was a 1-on-1. Apologies, chap, but I've got carried away there. What a finish this is. Yeah, there's not much optimism from the Scottish fans about their chances tonight. Here we go. Do I get points for the draw? I predicted a draw. Because neither of them scored 2. Also, I see Ipswich host Liverpool for their first game back. That's a cracking game, isn't it, Drop Bear? Really fun game. I'm looking forward to that most of that weekend. It's the early Saturday game on TNT, so make sure I watch that. Albania breaking again. Oh, they've got a 1-on-1. Albania in down the right. Gvardiol gets back really well, but there's an overlap and the ball's poor. Oh, it was a great chance. Albania should have won this, but now this is basketball. It's Croatia with a 3-on-3. We're 98 minutes in. It's got to be up soon, but Croatia have one more chance. Cutting in on the left foot. Kovacic 25 yards out. Turns on his left. Keeper spills it. Cleared by Jasula. And I think we're about to get the whistle. Applause for that stoppage time. That was a stunning finish. The second half was not the most joyous game of football. Albania sitting behind it. But that stoppage time is better than the action you'll get in a full 90 minutes in a lot of games. Stunning. Stunning. Ah, it's a cracking end to the game. I mean, these last 2 days, we have been treated, haven't we? Liam went from 14 points to 2. I don't know if I get anything for getting a draw right. Scotland are only in Germany to enjoy the alcohol. Absolutely, Scott. Alex Cochrane's getting sent off for that. Albania, the team that's fun to watch this game. Yeah, well, some of these minnows have really had a go. Albania, Georgia yesterday, we're seeing it. I don't know what we're going to do from match day 3, Liam. We'll pick the games based on how the table looks each time. But we're doing Group B, Group D and Group E. So we'll definitely be seeing something from this group. But it will probably depend on the result tonight, won't it? Because if Spain beat Italy and then Italy, Croatia have a straight shootout, we have to go for that. If Italy win, then it'll be Spain, Albania as a shootout. Who knows? I've got to say, that was brilliant fun. Thank you so much to everyone for coming along again. It's been great to see so many of you here. The games keep on delivering. We'll be back in 2 days' time. Friday afternoon, the second game. I got 6 points. I'm making ground. We'll be back on Friday for the second game of the day, which is Poland versus Austria. And then we'll be back for the first game on Saturday, and we've got Georgia again, which is going to be great fun, as we know. So I hope you're looking forward to those. Thank you very much for being in. If you're on Twitch, we're going to go and find someone to raid very quickly. If you're on YouTube, thank you for giving it a try again. I speak, lovely to have you in. And Drop Bear, thank you very much for being here too. Let's see if anyone we're following is live. The United City is live, so we'll go over there. and go and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Another thriller that we've really enjoyed. Eddie, see you next one. Enjoy the other games today, everyone. And good luck to Scotland on a genuine note. We'll see you in a bit. Eddie, yep, we're over to Kev. Have a good one.